Dave. But this game in particular, there's a massive rivalry between these two sides. Last year, Petone got the W, winning 23-12 in the Swindale Shield, and that was a massive game indeed. Former All Black Jason Eaton played that game and was red carded. A massive turning point in the second half for the Billy Goats. But over the last decade, the Billy Goats have had the more impressive results against Petone. But Petone this season, after that shock loss to to Wainui in the second round, they have bounced back and their forward pack has really got going. Let's have a look at the two teams for today. Starting with Petone, fullback is Petone, the wings are Tom Carter and Talai Love, the midfield is Willie Tafui and Willie Fine. First five is Kane Green, 9 is Logan Henry. Logan Henry is the highest scorer in the competition, alongside Seamus Langton, the number 8 from All Boys University. We'll talk about him soon. The flankers Jacob Gooch and Kafitolu. Kafitolu was with the Sunwolves earlier this season and now has been released to play. Yona Paneri and Jack Ross are the locks, and the front row is Nico Mananea, Jared Hurstich and Kalopasi Luakepa is the front row. The reserves are Luke Fleet, Saisia Tafui, Siuane, Dylan Williamson, Jack Coles, Cam Ferreira and Jaden Tupawola. For Old Boys University, the Billy Goats, 15 is Sam Reid, the wings are Reece Plumtree and Adam Clark, 12 is Izzy Foai, 13 is Ty Poe, 10 is Callum Harkin, 9 is Kyle Preston, 8 is Seamus Langton, 7 is Patterson Carter and Caleb Delaney, 5 is James Polinati, 4 is Tame Plumtree, and the front row is Morgan Poi, Keenan Gillison and Jonathan Fui Moanu. And the reserves are Matt Sleef, Luke Chisholm, Josh Gimblett, Taikai Fabish, Matt Fowler, Malu Manau and Oliver Pautonu. Your officials today are Daniel Magnan, refereeing his 80th Premier match today, alongside Ethan Loveridge and Jared Clark. Conditions here at Jerry Collins Stadium, it's clouded over. There was a bright sun here early this morning, but there's no wind to speak of in relatively warm conditions for August at this time of the year. As well as being on the Etu Whanau Footy Show and on Te Puka o Te Ika, this is also linking on with the Huddy Sports live stream today. And some of the faithful of the Old Boys University are going to be down at the Cambridge watching this game as well. So, going to be an impressive game, this one. The top of the table clash. We're almost set to go. Magnan checks his watch, blows the whistle, and we're underway as Callum Harkin kicks deep towards Petone's 22, heading north. And Petone managed to get the ball, but have knocked it on, and Old Boys University have the opportunity. Morgan Poi advancing towards the 22. Cole Preston, formerly of Tawa, he gives it out to Harkin, and Harkin tries to get around, but Loa Kepa is there to bring him down. Petone fighting hard at the breakdown. Jack Ross working hard. Plumtree trying to get the ball, but he manages to offload it out to Caleb Delaney. Caleb Delaney gets it out to Reece Plumtree in the 14 jersey. He goes down the far touchline, 5 metres short of the 22. OBU go through Morgan Poi again. He's had a stellar season, Morgan Poi. He's really led the front row charge. Preston with an offload to Tame Plumtree. OBU into the 22. Options here. Foai gives it out to Patterson. Plumtree tries to kick it through, but they're being penalised for offside play. And so the first penalty of this fixture goes to Petone. Petone, he's a product of Wellington College, wearing the 15 jersey today. Made his debut against Norths in 2015. And he has scored 287 points for Petone. He's a very talented player. Last year he was part of the Hurricanes Hunters, and also played for the Wellington 15 in Levin in June last year during Queen's Birthday weekend in their fixture with Manawatu. Jared Hurstich with the ball for the line out, 9 metres from halfway. And it's a good take by Jack Ross. Henry gives it out to Khan Green. Khan Green finds a gap in the Old Boys defence. Sam Reid is chasing after the ball as it rolls towards his 22. And that's an excellent touch finder for Petone. Excellent work by Khan Green. Managed to exploit the gap in the Old Boys defence. All Sam Reid could do was let that ball flow over into the 22. So an Old Boys University line out right on their own 22 on the grandstand side here at Jerry Collins Stadium. Score is 0-0. Only 2 minutes have been played. Gillison, throwing into the line-out, made his debut against Paniki in the first round this season. Fui Moanu, the legend of the Billy Goats, the captain of the side. And OBU's only lost this season to Marist St. Pat's. He was out injured. And that's the reason why he's such an inspiration for the Billy Goats. As Petone go through their back line to Fui. Tafui tries to get round one. He's been brought down by the 22. Henry gives it out to his winger, Love, but unfortunately he knocks the ball on as it bounces on his into his chest. And so we will have the first scrum of this Swindale Shield fixture. An OBU feed into the scrum. It was interesting. The top point scorers in Swindale Shield competition are both playing today. Of course, the halfback is Logan Henry for Petone. And what a star he is. He was another player that should surely be on the radar for Wellington Lions selection. He has scored 408 career points. He made his debut in 2015 against Norths, product of Hibs. But the other top scorer in the competition is Seamus Langton. Has also scored the most tries in this competition as well. And he is a really talented player. He was part of the Wellington Academy last year and also the Wellington Under-19s, and he won the prize, the Wellington Awards for both of those. So he's certainly a really talented player, Langton. He's from Francis Douglas. Many great players over the years have come from Francis Douglas. Conrad Smith has also played his time with the Billy Goats, and of course the Barrett brothers. We all know about the Barrett brothers. What a talented family they are. As the scrum managed to get through their arguments. Preston feeds the ball. It's a solid scrum by both sides. Preston gives it out to Harkin. Harkin offloads it to Fauai. He managed to get round one tackle, but excellent tackle by Tupu Sopawanga, the brother of Lima Sopawanga. Ball centre field. But OBU penalised. Side entry is the penalty against Tame Plumtree. He wasn't too happy about that, but referee Magnan decided to have a word to him. And so the first points of this fixture on offer for Petone as Logan Henry looks to the posts. Tame Plumtree, he's had a stellar season. Of course, he was in the New Zealand Under-20s last season. He's also managed to play for the Wellington Under-19s and that impressive side they had last year. Unfortunately, they lost their semi-final to Auckland in rather interesting circumstances as Henry strikes the ball. And it's successful conversion of penalty, And so Petone in the lead in this round 10 fixture, 3-0 over Old Boys University. Old Boys University will have to be very careful with referee Magnan at the breakdown, because as the referees have been focusing on this season is making sure that players are staying on their feet. And who can remember only in round 1 there were about 41 penalties in the game between Oris and Huddle Boys Marist in that round 1 fixture. Petone yet again with another restart error as Old Boys University get the ball. Langton juggles it, knocks it back, still in possession. Has been brought down by Sopawanga and Lua Kepa. Preston out to Caleb Delaney, centre field just in the 10 metre mark. Preston to Harkin. Harkin passes the ball out to Plumtree. Plumtree brought down by Manahira. Fauai looks for the offload. He gives it out to Carter. Carter gives it out to Reece Plumtree. He dances with the touchline and he's unfortunately found touch. But there is a key danger already with the OBU backline. Very quick at offloading the ball. And Reece Plumtree himself is a very dangerous player. Of course, Reece Plumtree, brother of Tane and father John, who's the All Black assistant coach. Will be coaching the North team in the North versus South match on September the 5th. Venue to be determined. So OBU steal the line out from Petone. Ball out to Fui Moanu. Hurley manages to get round one. He's been brought down to the ground. Sam Reid gives it out to Clark. Clark met by Tom Carter. Tom Carter, who only 2 years ago was playing for the Eastbourne under 85s in the Wellington Club competition. And excellent work by Petone at the breakdown as Kane Green box kicks it into touch. And there was an argument there from OBU claiming that the ball had been carried back. But the assistant referee was happy with that decision. So it'll be an OBU line out, 5 metres inside their own half on the Jerry Collins grandstand sideline. This game has started off with a lot of tension, a lot of passion. Gillison to feed the line out. Looks for his options, look for Plumtree. Plumtree wins the line out. Preston gives out to Fuimaanu, but the ball, unfortunately, lucky for him, has been knocked back. Still have the ball. Polinati marching forward. Preston out to Hurley. Hurley made in a good tackle there by Hurstich and Manahera, and it's a penalty again against Old Boys University again at the breakdown. There's just a bit of a tension there, a bit of handbags going on. The referee Magnan manages to bring the players apart. As he looks to have a word with both the captains in order just to settle down. Let's have a look at some of the other scores that are on. There are some earlier games today at 2:45. Marist St. Pat's are ahead of Paniki 7 points to 0. And still no score on the other fixtures, but we'll get those to you. And what a great app the Tribe app is. It really does keep you up to date for all the scores around the region. Options here for Petone. But they're just having a bit of a school teacher lesson and being told to keep their emotions down. It's good officiating by Daniel Magnan in his 80th game today. He's also a teacher aide during the week. And for a short person, he's done a stellar job with the whistle. Time back on, and Petone are going for a shot at goal again. This time a longer kick in range. Centre field, 5 metres inside Old Boy University half. The way Logan Henry has been playing this season, this should be some easy points for the young man. Of course, Petone this year have had that one loss against Wainui-a-Mata, but they had an impressive win over Huddle Boys Marist in the McBain Shield. Now their celebrations were well and truly lasted into the night as Henry strikes the ball, and that is a fantastic kick. Score is now 6 points to 0 to Petone over OBU, and OBU are going to be really careful at the breakdown, particularly when they're on attack, because the boot of Logan Henry is a real danger. Talking before the game, Dal Sabaj is out of OBU's side today. He's been potential season-ending injury maybe, which will be a real blow for the Billy Goats as Petone yet again fumble another restart, and Old Boys University have the pill. Centre field, Polinati better than a strong tackle. This defence by Petone has been outstanding in this opening 10 minutes of this first half. Ball goes out to Foai. Foai out to Reid. Reid on the dancing feet, tries to get round. He's been brought down to ground. Preston out to Hurley. Hurley, he's been wrapped up. They'll be targeting him today. He's an important player to watch out for. Harkin out to Foai. Clark has been brought down by Sopawanga and Kafatolu. Preston out to Harkin. OBU really finding it hard to get through this defence out past the 10. Preston Harkin tries a new option. He kicks it over to Reese Plumtree on the wing. And here's an excellent take by Plumtree as he goes down the touchline. He gives it out to Reid. This is going to be a cracker of a try. It is! Sam Reid and OBU strike back. Fantastic kick by Callum Harkin out to the wing, Reece Plumtree. And Plumtree manages to flirt for the touchline and offload it to Sam Reid to go in and score the first try of this round 10 top of the table clash. 6 points to 5. Petone with the kick to come for OBU. Sam Reid, of course, in his 7 tries this season, and he's 6 equal on the points table in the club competition. Earlier this season, they played Northern United. He played his 50th game, and that was an impressive win that day for the Billy Goats. They really took Norths apart at Neanville Park. Northern United, definitely a side with a lot of talent, and really were beaten up that day by the Billy Goats. And a player like Reid will really and truly punish you. He scored 142 points before that try for OBU this set for his career. Fortunately, Sam Reid was the victim of a step in the Auckland Grammar Kings game, which turned into a bit of a TikTok viral video. Conversion unsuccessful by Callum Harkin, so the score remains 6 points to 5 to Petone over Old Boys University. Pity Peroni to restart play, the first kick-off for Petone. Peroni himself can also play first 5, but he prefers to be in the 15 jersey. Peroni strikes the ball, goes for the short kick-off. Tame Plumtree reaches up in the air to try to get it, but unfortunately the kick was too high for him, and he's tall enough as it is. And so an Old Boys University line out, 12 metres inside their own half, on the far side of Jerry Collins Stadium. There's also a late official change today. Jared Clark is filling in as assistant referee too. Jordan Price, another premier referee, was down to be an assistant referee for this game, but he's been battling injury all season. He's had a dodgy calf, so we wish him all the best for his recovery. Old Boys University win the line out, but the ball's been loose, very loose indeed. But they managed to get the ball, but they've been driven back towards their 22, centre field. Preston, formerly of Tawa, scored a cracking try against Mara St. Pat's in round 6. There's an excellent break here by James Polinati. He offloads it to Delaney. Delaney looks for Reid, but Tafui from Petone was there to disrupt the ball. When Petone have the ball inside their own half, ball goes out to Yona Apaniru, playing in 5 today. He mainly plays 6. Yona Apaniru, the former head boy of St. Pat's Silverstream in 2018. It's good to see him out on the field. He's had some injuries over the last year or so, and he's looking fit and ready. Certainly another talented player. He was New Zealand Schoolboys in 2018. Thawai met in a strong tackle by Sopawanga. OBU appealing for a penalty, thinking no arms, but the referee has deemed that Thawai has knocked the ball on, and so it'll be a Petone scrum, 12 metres in from the far touchline, right on halfway. Let's have a look at some of the other club scores around the grounds. Mara St. Pat's are out to a big lead over Paniki, 17 points to 3. Wainurimata 5 over Johnsonville 0. And Orange Rongotai 5 over Avalon at the Polo Ground. This is only the second scrum of this fixture, and 16 minutes have gone, 6 points to 5. Petone over OBU. And Petone's first feed of this match. Henry feeds. It's a solid scrum. He gets the ball out to Khan Green. Khan Green finds a gap again in the Old Boys University defence. And so Old Boys University being driven back inside their own 22 on the far side of Jerry Collins Stadium. Of course, this game was scheduled to be played at Neanville Park. However, at 4:30 last night, the council deemed it was not suitable enough under level 2 in terms of crowd restriction. And so they managed to get Jerry Collins Stadium for this fixture today. And what a great stadium Jerry Collins Stadium is. It's one of the best surfaces in the Wellington region. Old Boys University, centre field, just inside their 22. And the real pressure. It's a loose pass by Preston, and it has been knocked on. And so Petone with an excellent scrum right inside Old Boys University's 22 centre field. This is going to be really a good attacking option for Petone. See what they can do with their scrum and get it out to their backline, which is extremely dangerous. With the likes of Willie Tafui and Willie Fine, the two centres. Of course, Tafui is a product of Nonai College, and he made his debut in 2014 and has been involved in the Wellington under-19s, and Willie Fine is a product of St Bernard's College, and he made his debut in 2016 against OBU. He's playing his 77th match today. And speaking about St Bernard's, last weekend they beat Wellington College in the first 15 match at Wellington College. First time since 2001. 2001, when they last beat Wellington College, that was the Premier 1 final that day. And so it's been a long time between wins, but it's been tough going for Wellington College this season. They also lost to Rongotai on Wednesday, 27-20. Petone scrum, centre field. Referee Magnan not happy with the stability of the scrum. And so there'll be a reset here. Morgan Poy, of course, is a former product of Napier Boys High School. He's playing his 55th game today. He's scored 45 points and 9 tries. And he's been a real asset for the Billy Goats in the front row. Scrum reset. Henry feeds, centre field, inside Old Boys University 22. It's a strong scrum by Petone. Sopawanga off the back gives it out to Khan Green. Khan Green gives it off to Willie Fine. He's a hard man to bring down. Izzy Foai tries to hold him up, but unfortunately being brought to ground. Jack Cross with the ball. Marches towards 5 metres outside Old Boys University's try line. Ball out to Tafui. Tafui brought down 5 metres out on the 5x5 on the far touchline. High pass out to Sopawanga. Sopawanga being brought down. Driven back 6 metres out from Old Boys University's try line. Desperate times here for the Billy Goats. Can they hold him out? Apaneru. Apaneru met in a strong tackle by Jonathan Fuimoanu. Henry looks for options. He goes to his left-hand side. There's options here for them. As Petone tried to offload it, there was Love trying to offload it. Crowd appeals for head high, one of the 100 people here. But game play continues. Lua Kepa, he manages to run up 2 metres. They're 4 metres out from the try line now. Sopawanga, he's been heavily involved. You've heard that name today. He's been excellent on defence. Petone looking to score. Herstich. He's been held up over the line. Petone appealing for a try, and it's been awarded. Petone score. 11 points to 5 with the conversion to come. Try to figure out who the try scorer was. It appears it could have been Sopawanga himself that scored the try there. So 21 minutes gone, 11 points to 5. Petone over Old Boys University, I mean. Slip of the tongue there. This is the Etu Whanau Footy Show on Te Puka o Te Ika, 11:61 AM. Also streaming live on Huddy Sports in partnership with Sideline App and Old Boys University. Due to the level 2 restrictions, they'll be sitting at the Cambridge watching the game. And they may not be too happy with the scoreline at the moment, but it's still early days. Henry with the ball. Calm measured. Strikes the ball, and it's a fantastic kick yet again. And so the boot of Logan Henry extends the lead. 13 points to 5, 22 minutes gone. Petone in the lead. Let's have a look at some of the other scores around the grounds. Wainuiomata 10, Johnsonville 0, Mara St. Pat's 17, Paniki 3, Oriental Rongotai 10, Avalon 0. Still no scores between Upper Hutt and Hutt Boys Marist, Northern United and Parramatta Plimmerton, and Tawa and Wellington as restart plays. And it's another messy restart by Petone, but they managed to keep the ball this time. Hurst's there to tidy up. But the ball's been carried back inside the 22. Henry box kicks, but it's just gone straight up in the air. It's not the most greatest kick at all. And Preston's there. He tries to push Henry off, but he can't. Reed to play halfback. Gives it out to Poi. 10 metres out of the 22. Preston out to Fui Moanu. He tries to offload it to Plumtree, but Plumtree went straight past the ball, and so Petone won the ball back. This defence from Petone has been outstanding today. Sopawanga. Dummies one. Offload it to Love. Love met in a strong tackle by Tame Plumtree. 5 metres out from halfway. Centre field. Green gives it out to Willie Fine. Fine brought to ground by Poi. Ball's loose. Jack Ross there at the back to tidy it up. Petone been driven back here. Up in Eru with the ball, and he's been bundled down. 10 metres out of the 22. Ball's been passed back to Khan Green. He goes for another high kick. They're really testing Adam Clark under the ball. And the ball's come loose. And Willie Fine's found an option. He kicks through. He gets around Harkin. But there, Taipo is back in defence alongside Cole Preston. So the danger alarms were sounded then. And there'll be a 22 dropout for the Billy Goats. So that time there, the high kick by Khan Green actually worked out very well. There's just been a bit of a stoppage in play here as referee Magnan had to tell Reece Plumtree to calm down a bit. He's always been quite an excitable young man. But what you're seeing there just before is that Old Boys University really going to have to watch out for these high kicks from Petone. They're really targeting their wings. They obviously can see a weakness there as play gets back underway. Jack Ross with the ball. 12 metres inside Old Boys University half. Gives out to Lua Kepa. He's been bundled down. Ball loose, but Henry scraps it up and gives it out to Khan Green. Khan Green, he's been met in a good tackle there by Caleb Delaney. Centre field. Unfortunately, Petone have knocked the ball on, but Old Boys University try to get their backline going, but unfortunately, they've knocked the ball on too, so they'll go back to the first infringement. Old Boys University scrums centre field right on their own 10 metre line. Carrying the water for Petone today is Josh Salvo. He suffered a head knock in the fixture against Paniki about 4 or 5 weeks ago. And so he'll be due back out on the paddock soon. But there's some real competition within the loose forward department at Petone. They've got some real serious depth this season in their forwards. Of course, Jacob Gooch, their captain, suffered a bit of an injury during the game against Huddle Boys Marist, and he returned back to the club with a temporary cast on. And he's a real player. The players love him out there at Petone. Jacob Gooch himself is also a product of Hibs. He's playing his 98th game today. Another reset scrum, so let's have a look at the scores around the grounds. Marist St. Pat's out to a really big lead now, 24 points to 3 over Paniki. Oriental Rongotai 10 over Avalon 0. Wainuiomata 10 over Johnsonville at Helston Park. And still no scores in the other remaining fixtures. Reset scrum. OBU feed. Preston with the ball. Feeds the scrum, and it's a penalty against OBU for pulling out. It is on the captain, Jonathan Fuimoanu's side. And so Petone with the first scrum penalty of this match, and it will be another shot at goal. Logan Henry with another attempt at the posts. So unfortunately, Old Boys University guilty of a scrum infringement there, and they've offered up another 3 points opportunity for Petone. Logan Henry with his third penalty kick today. Scored 6 tries this season as well. And prior to his point scoring, he was 109 points this season overall, in first place. And he's extended that lead further as he strikes the ball. That's another fantastic kick, but that time it's drifted to the left-hand side of the post, so penalty unsuccessful. Score remains 13 points to 5, 28 Stadium. Top of the table clash, Petone, Nobu at Jerry Collins Stadium. The winner here really can cement their place at the top. Petone have quite a tough ride home. They've got to play Tawa and Orange Rongotai yet. But they do have Parramatta Plimmerton as OBU's drop out, restarts play. Petone with the ball, right on halfway. Apaneru bundles into the chest of Fui Moanu. Henry out to Green. Green out to Piti Peroni. Piti Peroni, he bounces off one, he bounces off two. He's burned up about 15 metres there. Sopawanga. Good tackle by Tame Plumtree. 10 metres inside. Away from the 22, sorry. Henry out to Green. Green with the chip over the top over Sam Reid. And the kick is a very good one. And so Old Boys University will have a line out. 5 metres outside their own try line. So this backline play by Petone is really working in their favour. They're really exploiting the wings and the fullback and really cutting down those gaps. So Old Boys University got some things to address there to counter against this Petone game plan. Gillison throws. Plumtree with the ball. Gives out to Preston. But the ball's been knocked on by Polinati. And Petone have the ball. Referee Magnum blows up play. And so this will be a scrum for Petone right on the 5 metre mark. 20 metres inside from touch on the grandstand side. Another fantastic set piece move for Petone again. The Billy Goats under real pressure here with 10 minutes to go in the first half. This coverage brought to you by the Etu Whānau Footy Show on Te Puka o Te Ika. It's also been live streamed on Huddy Sports and the Sideline app, and also in partnership with Petone and Old Boys University. Strong scrum by the Billy Goats, but Petone managed to get the ball out. Centre field is Willie Fine. Gets the ball from the offloader, Khan Green. Henry of low pass out to Lua Kepa. Tom Carter tries to get one run, but the Adam Clark's hand has managed to intercept the ball. And Tom Carter has knocked the ball on. And so it'll be an Old Boys University scrum, 6 metres from their own try line. Tom Carter playing his 16th game today for Petone. He's scored 6 tries and 30 points in his career. He's a product of Hutt Valley High School. Now, of course, prior to playing for Petone, he was playing in the Eastbourne under-85s in 2018. And this season, he's really grown into the role in the Premier side. Preston feeds the ball. Another solid scrum as Hurley comes off the back. He gives it out to Izzy Fawai in the 17 jersey. Playing in the centres today. Preston out to Harkin. Harkin kicks. Hasn't found touch. And Tom Carter with the ball right on the 10 metre mark. Gives it out to Piti Peroni. Piti Peroni out to Tafui. Fine finds a gap. Here's another chip kick through. Reece Plumtree running back to defend it. It goes into the goal line. And he grounds the ball, so it'll be another dropout for Old Boys University. They're really, yet again, at time, Petone really finding the gaps and putting the wingers under pressure for Old Boys University. Some score updates. Northern United 12 over Parramatta Plimmerton 0. 10-3 Wainui Mata over Johnsonville. 24-13 Mara St. Pat's over Paniki. 10-0 Rongotai Oriental Rongotai over Avalon. And 24-0 Tawa over the Wellington Axemen. As players back underway, Henry gives the ball out to Hapanera, centre field right on halfway. Patterson Carter holding him up. Patterson Carter, a product of Auckland Grammar School. He brought up his 50th game this season for the Billy Goats. Willie Fine in the teal-coloured headgear. Bounces the ball forward. Henry passes the ball out to Manahia. And Henry yet again with the offload tries to give it out to Petone, but he's been brought down. Centre field, and that's a good turnover by the Billy Goats. That's Seamus Langton with the excellent turnover. Really got over the ball and won it back for the Billy Goats. Centre field is OBU, 5 metres outside their 22. And there's a penalty against Petone for being offside, and Hurley takes it quick. And that's a massive hit. He manages to bounce off Kefitolu. And he sends him back to Mars. It's a high pass out to Adam Clark. Clark gets round one. He manages to get round Hurstich. He's light on his feet. He manages to run up about 20 metres. Real pressure. However, referee has awarded a penalty. No clear release is the call against Petone for slowing the ball down. So Old Boys University, with 7 minutes left in the first half, with an opportunity to kick the ball inside Petone's 22, which Harkin does so. 10 metres out from Petone's try line. And so it'll be a line out for Old Boys University. Let's see if they can strike back. 13 points to 5. 7 minutes to go. This round 10 top of the table clash. 4 rounds to go after this. And of course in this year's competition, top 4 teams will contest the Jubilee Cup semi-final. And then 5 to 8 will play the Hardham Cup final. Ball goes to Delaney. OBU Mall. Inside the Petone 22. On the Jerry Collins grandstand side. The ball's come loose. Preston gives it out to Fowai. Fowai held up high in a tackle by Kangreen. Preston passes out to his right hand side to Seamus Langton. He's been wrapped up well by Hurstich. Centre field OBU, 6 metres out from the try line. So the northern end of Jerry Collins Stadium. Fawai again in the forwards. They've got the numbers and this Petone defence is holding out well. Advantage being played against Petone. Old Boys University march it forward. They're 4 metres out. But unfortunately, the referee's found an infringement and has awarded the penalty against Petone. Options here for Old Boys University as they go for the scrum. They sense an excellent opportunity here to score and hit back. 5 minutes to go, 13 points to 5. Perfect opportunity for Old Boys University to score a try, to go into the break with the score closer together. This is Callum Harkin. He played 25 games for the Wellington Axemen, the first 5 for OBU today between 2017 and 18. He's scored 96 points for the Billy Goats. This is his 10th Old Boys University game. Interesting story about Callum Harkin is that he came off the bench in the Hurricanes pre-season game in Levin last year against the Crusaders. He scored a try, but unfortunately he seriously injured his leg. So therefore played very less games in 2019. As Hurley off the back of the scrum, 2 metres short of the try line. Sniffing blood here are the Billy Goats. The ball has become unplayable, so referee Magnan is blowing it up, and this will be a scrum for Old Boys University, directly in front of the post, 5 metres from the try line. Conditions here today are perfect for rugby. It's actually relatively warm for this time of the year in Wellington. 2 days ago we had pretty heavy rain here in the capital city. Now we've had a beautiful day for rugby in the capital. Scrums come together. Cole Preston with the ball. Feeds it into the scrum. Hurley at the back, controlling it well. This time Preston gives it out to Izzy Fawai. Fawai charges forward. He's a hard man to bring down. Has he got the ball down? No, he's just short of the try line. Preston out to Reid. Reid goes in for the second try! Sam Reid has scored his second try in this fixture. And Old Boys University strike back 13 points to 10 with the kick to come. It was excellent work there, really set up from the back of that strong platform of the scrum with Seamus Langton at the back, and Preston managed to give it out to Izzy Fawai, and the big news is that battering ram, and they managed to hold him up just a metre short of the line, but the ball was able to get offloaded quickly and went out to Sam Reid, who, light on his feet, got round run, one player, and darted over for his second try, scoring his 30th career try for the Billy Goats. Callum Harkin with the conversion. Roughly about a metre out from the 22 on the grandstand side of Jerry Collins Stadium. Hoping to convert the try to bring up 98 career points. He strikes the ball, and that is a very successful conversion. The score now is 13 points to 12 with a minute and a half to go here at Jerry Collins Stadium. Let's have a look at some of the other scores around the grounds. Northern United 12 over Parramatta Plimerton 0 at half time. At Upper Hutt, it's Huddle Boys Marist leading the Rams 17 points to 8. Wainuimata 10, Johnsonville 3. Marist St. Pat's 24, Paniki 13. Orange Rongotai 15, Avalon 0. And Tawa 24 over Wellington 0. Score here is 13 points to 12 with a minute left in the first half. Petone with the ball, taking his time. Look for another short kick-off here, and exactly right, he does do that. And Tame Plumtree looks to get the ball, and it's been let off loose, and it's gone back, but Fui Moanu's there to tidy up. Preston, box kick down the field, straight down the throat of Sopawanga. Reese Plumtree charging up, but Sopawanga, calm under pressure, takes the ball. Time almost up on the clock for the first half. Lua Kepa, centre field. Henry out to Sopawanga. Sopawanga gives it to Love, but there's a penalty against OBU for offside. And they're claiming for the knock on, but that time they rushed up too early. So, Pity Peroni looking for the line-out option. So he looks to strike the ball. And it's a very good kick. It will be a line-out 5 metres out of Old Boys University's 22 on the fast touchline of Jerry Collins Stadium. This is the Etu Whanau Footy Show on Te Puka o Te Ika, also being live streamed on Huddy Sports and the Sideline app, and also shared amongst the Petone and Old Boys University community. There's Petone with the ball. Strong maul, and they give the ball out to Willie Tafui, and he's tackled right on the 22, 15 metres from the far touchline. Henry reaching in, but Old Boys University, Patterson Carter with an excellent turnover there. Excellent work by the number 7, really causing a disruption as Old Boys University look to strike. Want to get out of this half. Preston at the back, he's got the box kick, but he kicks directly into touch, and that will be half time. Referee Magnan is off to have a water, and so at half time the score is 13 points to 12. Petone in the lead, but only just. Kia ora Adrian and kia ora Dave, and welcome back to Jerry Collins Stadium. It's half time, 13 points to 12, Petone ahead of Old Boys University, and who would have thought that it would have been this close? Two different styles of play, but Petone's defence has been outstanding in the first half. They really have turned up to really target this Old Boys University backline, which is pretty impressive. They've really targeted the two wings, and Clark and Reese Plumtree have been put under pressure by some high kicks but also gaps in the defence. But Old Boys University have struck back with two Sam Reid tries. That's keeping them in this game. But really important top of the table clash for both sides. Petone really do need to get the W here today because they've got a tough ride home. Even though one of those games is Parramatta Plimerton, they're still going to play Tawa and Oriental Rongotai. And it's relatively straightforward for Old Boys University as well. You know, they just have to sort of keep winning, but they've got a tough game next week against the Eagles out at the Hut Rec, and that's no easy place to play. They've also got to play Wainui and Mata as well, which is also a tough match for those two. Referee Magnan about to get play back underway here at Jerry Collins Stadium. Of course, this game was supposed to be played at Nianville Park, but due to level 2 restrictions, the council at 4:30 decided it wasn't suitable in terms of controlling the crowd. And so players back underway. Referee Magnan's whistle gets us underway, but Petone takes his time to kick the ball. And yet again, like he did in the first half, he kicks short, but unfortunately that time they've been penalised as they went to try and kick the ball through, but one of their players was offside getting it. So a relieving penalty for the Billy Goats as Harkin strikes the ball with a mighty kick. And that's travelled from 122 right down to the other. And so it'll be OBU line out, a metre outside Petone's 22. That was an incredible kick by Harkin. Harkin, well known of being a halfback, but also can play midfield as well. He's a product of Silverstream. So Gillison and OBU will have a line out feed. Look for Plumtree. That's Tane, and the ball has gone to him as they set up the maul. They drive their legs like pistons as they advance over Petone's 22. Petone holding them up. This is a solid defence in this game by Petone. They've really turned up and played well. But Petone guilty of an offside penalty. And so look for Harkin to kick the ball in just short of the try line for another line out drive. In which he does that, and so it'll be a line out 5 metres outside Petone's try line, the far side here of Jerry Collins Stadium. 13 points to 12. Petone first on the table, Old Boys University second. All that separates them is bonus points. Both teams have had one loss this season. OBU lost to Marist St. Pat's and Petone lost to Wainui Mata. Caleb Delaney wins the line out. The Billy Goats set up a driving ball. This is looking very promising. They're 2 metres out. They're 1 metre out. They drive over. They score! Old Boys University strike early in this second half. And that's an excellent driving ball by the Billy Goats from the line out. Excellent line out take by Caleb Delaney. Now the score now is 17 points to 13 with the conversion to come. So that time the Petone defence was cracked. And so that line out ball has been very good. Try scorer was Keenan Gillison. Of course, Keenan Gillison, he made his debut against Pornicki this year. It's his 10th game today. Scores his second career try. Callum Harkin with the conversion attempt. He'll be looking up to bring up 100 points for the Billy Goats. His career points, that is. Harkin strikes the ball, and a successful conversion. Score now is 19 points to 13. 2.5 minutes gone in the second half. Not the greatest start for Petone. They'll be a bit worried about Old Boys University. It all came back from that penalty offside at the kick. So what are Petone's options here again? They'll look to kick short at the restart. Petone just goes through his routine. Petone strikes the ball. Short kick-off, straight to Delaney. Delaney jumps up with the support of Langdon and wins the ball. Preston, ball carried back to Harkin inside the 22. He kicks right downfield over the top of Petone, but this ball is travelling towards the in-goal. A metre short of the in-goal as Petone runs it up. He charges it up and gives it off to Tupu Supawanga. Supawanga gets it, but he's been brought down by Jonathan Fui Moanu. Henry gives it out to Khan Green. Khan Green rushes the ball out to Tom Carter. Carter gives it out to Fine. Fine tries to get round Clark, and he gets round Clark. He manages to kick it through, but Sam Reed's there to tidy it up. And he's been brought down on the 10-metre line. But referee Magnan has found a knock-on by the looks of it. And so it will be an OBU scrum right on the 5-metre mark on the far side of Jerry Collins Stadium. Let's have a look at some of the other scores while the scrum gets themselves set up. Northern United 50, Parramatta Plymouton 0, Old Boys University 17, Upper Hutt 8, 15 points to 3, Wainui Mata over Johnsonville, 31 points to 18, Marist St Pat's over Porniki, 27-0, Oriental Rongotai over Avalon, and Tawa 24, Wellington 0. Score here is 19 points to 13, Old Boys University striking early through Keenan Gillison off a very powerful ball drive. It was 13 points to 12 at half time to Petone. So another scrum reset. The scrums have generally been pretty good today. Both very strong, experienced forward packs. Occasionally they do have to try and sort themselves out and restart. The officiating today has been very good. Referee Magnan in his 80th game has done a sterling job. Also Colin Tapo, who he's refereeing today, he's refereeing his 50th game, so that's a fine achievement for Colin. Preston feeds the ball. Hurley off the back. He gets around Gooch. And he manages to drive it forward over the halfway line, right on the 15-metre mark. Preston gives it out to Delaney. Delaney met by his opposite number, Kafatolu. Preston out to Fawai, centre field. He manages to brush off Hurstich, and he manages to keep going. He gets around Khan Green, he offloads it, but he gives it straight to Yona Apaneru. And so Petone with the ball. Fine gives it out to Love. Ruck play, ball comes out to Ross. Henry, a very loose pass, but there's an advantage there as an OBU infringement resulted, and Henry knocking the ball out. Referee Magnan has found an infringement, but going back to the original penalty, and so a penalty against Old Boys University, not rolling away at the breakdown. Morgan Poy, who's in the one jersey today, he's always a big presence on the field. He's often involved heavily in the breakdown play as Petone looks to kick for touch. Excuse me, I did cough into my elbow. Tame Plumtree tries to knock the ball back into touch, but is unsuccessful, so it'll be a Petone line out. Just a metre out from Old Boys University's 22 on the grandstand touchline here. Hurstich to throw. But an excellent steal by Patterson Carter, but Plumtree, Reese Plumtree tries the box kick, but he's been charged down. Petone got the ball back. They're well inside the 22 here, only 10 metres out from the try line as their forwards get to work as they rumble it forward. Centre field, Hurstich met at a good tackle by Poi and Delaney. 10 metres out from the try line. But Khan Green knocks the ball on centre field. It was a low pass. We'll be nice to him there. But he knocked it on, and so Old Boys University will have a scrum, centre field, 2 metres inside their 22. This coverage is brought to you by the Etu Whanau Footy Show on Te Puka o Te Ika, 11:61 AM. It's also been live streamed today on Huddy Sports and the Sideline app, and shared with the Petone and Old Boys University community. The Billy Goat supporters are at the Cambridge watching the game while consuming a few beers, so good on you for watching the game today. It's always difficult when under level 2 restrictions. Hopefully we're back at level 1 soon so we can all come back and watch the game that we love. Scrum yet again is reset. Players not happy. Now Petone, of course, is a product of St Bernard's College. He's also played for the Wellington Lions this season. He was in the Sunwolves squad. However, the Sunwolves are unable to play due to the coronavirus outbreak and the reformatted Super Rugby, but we did have a fantastic Super Rugby Aotearoa competition. There were some really entertaining games as Old Boys University have the scrum, but Petone really put on the heat and they almost turned it over, but they get the ball out and Callum Harkin kicks down touch. And that's a bit of a relieving kick for Old Boys University, and it'll be a Petone line out right on the 10 metre mark on the grandstand touchline here at Jerry Collins Stadium. Excuse me, sorry. First ditch froze, but the throw is not straight. Went outside the shoulder of Tupu Sopawanga, and so it'll be an Old Boys University scrum. 15 metres in from touch on the grandstand touchline, 8 metres inside their own half. Let's have a look at some of the scores from around the grounds. Northern United 50, Parramatta Plympton 0. 17 points stayed, Hutt Old Boys Marist against Upper Hutt Rams. 15 points to 3, Wainui Mata over Johnsonville. Marist St Pat's 31, Paniki 18. Oriental Rongotai 32, Avalon 0. And Tawa 24, Wellington 0. As the scrums come together, Preston feeds the ball. Now scrum, Petone put on the heat, but it's a more solid scrum for the Billy Goats. Ball goes out to Izzy Fowai, centre field, and he brushes off Khan Green, not once but twice. He pushes him back as he rumbles over halfway. Hurley with the ball. He's met in a good tackle by Gooch and Sopawanga. Preston back out to Fowai. Fowai's been a real presence in this game. Really stepped up to the mark in that centre position. Patterson Carter with the ball. Offloads it out to Delaney. Delaney has been a workhorse in the second half. Tries to dance around 2, but he's been wrapped up by Kafatolu. Preston gives it out to Tame Plumtree. He passes off with one hand out to Caleb Delaney. There's open pastures here as Delaney gets around Fine, but Fine managed to tap his ankles and bring him down. Tame Plumtree marches it forward. He goes straight into the chest of Jack Ross. But referee Magnan has blown for a penalty against Petone. It appeared to be for an early tackle. And so this will be a penalty. Well, he's actually got options here, Jonathan Fui Moanu. Old Daniel Magnan found 2 different infringements. And so there was actually offside as the call. And so that's pretty much centre field right on the 22 in front of the posts. And Fui Moanu decides, well, we're not turning down that opportunity. And so Harkin will go for the penalty kick. Sorry, that was Morgan Poi, actually, who's consulting with the referee today. Callum Harkin with the penalty attempt. Relatively straightforward opportunity. He strikes, and that's a successful penalty attempt. And Old Boys University push their lead out further. 22 points to 13, 13 minutes gone in the second half. in this top of the table clash. OBU and Petone. Scores in the history have been pretty close between the two sides. Last year, 23 points to 12. Petone got the W. Jason Leaton was playing for OBU that day and got red carded. Other scores have always been pretty close. Side between less than 5 to 12 points. And we've got another thriller here as well at Jerry Collins Stadium today as Petone goes for another short kick-off pretty much straight down the field. Polinati with the ball and he offloads it to Izzy Fawai. Preston box kicks, goes straight up in the air. Probably not the greatest kick, but Tame Plumtree showing his athletic good, and he offloads it to Reid, and he manages to get it out to his opposite player, Taipo. But they all came off the brilliant steal of Tame Plumtree, just showing his athletic nature. Old Boys University on the attack. Petone under pressure. Patterson Carter wrapped up by Gooch. Harkin has to play halfback, gives it out to Polinati. Centre field on the 22. Preston, pass out to Hurley. Hurley turns and offloads it back to his winger Clark. 15 metres away from the try line, Old Boys University. Polinati wrapped in the tackle by Ross. And it's been turned over as Henry kicks it downfield. And Harkin's back on halfway. And he passes it out to Sam Reid. Sam Reid, he kicks it straight up in there and chases after his own kick. Tries to put Petone under pressure, but Petone, calm under pressure, manages to secure the ball for Petone. Henry out to Green. Green with the safer hands, out to Sopawanga. Sopawanga offloads it to Fine. Fine gets around one, he gets around two. Oh, he's done round here, he's got round three players. He's got options here. Tom Carter! Tom Carter with the excellent try! It all came off the magic of Willie Fine. Fine managed to brush around three players, exploit the Old Boys University defence, and he offloads it to Tom Carter. And Petone strike back, 22 points to 18. OBU in the lead with the conversion to come. Wow, that was excellent backline move from Petone. And Fine, he's just been waiting to strike all afternoon, and he got given that perfect opportunity. And man, did he make it count, and he sent his teammate Carter over the try line, who's gone and scored his 7th career try in his 16th match today. Tom Carter. Logan Henry with the conversion attempt, the reliable safe boot. Today's match has been played for the Mac Burnavan Memorial Trophy. Of course, Mac himself played for both clubs, in particular for Petone when they won the Jubilee Cup in 1990. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2011, and in 2012 was the first contest of the trophy, and there was an 18-all draw that day at the Petone Rec. And the conversion by Henry was unsuccessful, so 17 minutes gone, 22 points to 18. OBU ahead of Petone. Let's have a look at some of the other scores around the grounds. Northern United 65, Parramatta Plummerton 5. Well, it was quite close at Maidstone Park. Hutt Old Boys Marist 17, Upper Hutt 15, Wainui Mata 15, Johnsonville 8, Marist St Pat's 38, Paniki 18. Well, we know the score here. Orange Orongatai 39, Avalon 0, and Tawa 31, Wellington 0. As play gets back underway, as Old Boys University kicked the ball deep into Petone's 22, but Petone this time is safe under the ball, and they managed to get the ball out to the back line, but unfortunately Jax Ross's pass has missed the sub-replacement in jersey 22, Jalen Tupawonga. It went straight into the belly of Jared Clark. The assistant referee, so Old Boys University will have a line out. 5 metres outside Petone's 22 on the grandstand touchline. Keenan Gillison with the ball. He scored the first try of this second half on the line-out drive. And he finds his target, gives it to Delaney. Patterson Carter playing halfback, gives it out to Seamus Langton, who was in the back line. And he's been wrapped up on the tackle, right on the 22 mark, centre field. Preston out to Morgan Poi. Plumtree Offloads it to Harkin. Old Boys University being pushed back 5 metres. Still centre field. As he Fawai tries to get round Jack Ross, but Jack Ross wraps him up. But the ball's come loose. It's Tame Plumtree's in there causing a menace, and the ball's been turned over. And Hurstich with the ball. He tries to get around Jonathan Fuimoanu, but that time he wasn't able to. Henry gets the ball out to his forwards. The forwards do the work. Khan Green with the ball. Tupu Sopawanga. Got Fine in support. Watch out for Fine. He can cause trouble. Henry. Ball out to the try scorer Carter. He's right on the touchline. 5 metres away from halfway. Green over the top to Ross. Ross gets round. Ross tries to get round Jonathan Fuimoanu. He almost exploited the gap, but Fuimoanga hand on for dear life. Petone right there in the forwards, doing some hard work. Foreign territory for a backline player. Jersey 17 is on the field for Petone. That's Siosai Tafui. Yona Pranera on the touchline. He offloads it to Jalen Tupuola. He's got options. Here's Henry there. He offloads it to Henry. That's a try. Referee Magnan is sure it's a try. He consults with assistant referee, but the decision, they've agreed it's a try. Nice flat pass. And Petone strike back, but there was an excellent break there by Petone, in particular by Jalen Tupuonga, who's the former captain of Scots College, playing in his 6th game today. He debuted against Johnsonville earlier this season. And he manages to offload the ball to Logan Henry. And Henry goes in and scores. And the score now is 23 points to 22. It's a 1-point affair, folks, with the conversion to come from Henry himself to convert his own try. And 20 minutes gone halfway through the second half. Don't turn off your radio or TV set yet, folks. This game is going to be a thriller right to the end. Cole Preston's day is over as he heads to the touchline. So time now for a lot of substitutions to happen. Unfortunately this time, Henry's kick has sailed in front of the post and drifted to the right hand side. So the score remains 23 points to 22. 19 and a half minutes left in this round 10 top of the table clash fixture of Swindale Shield Rugby. Callum Harkin to get play back underway. It's been a real tight contest here. It's been a real pleasure to bring you this game on the Etu Whanau Footy Show on Te Puka o Te Ika and also on Huddy Sports and Sideline app. And also with the Petone. Petone have the ball. Hurstich advances over the 22. Almost centre field. Henry offloads it to his fellow player. Luke Fleck is on the field in jersey 16. He made his debut for Petone in 2016. It's 55th game today. This Old Boys University defence has been good and they've managed to turn the ball over. Patterson Carter gives it out to Delaney. Delaney gives it off to Plumtree. And there's excellent work by Hurley. Hurley is a hard man to bring down. It's taking 4 guys to bring Seamus Langton Hurley down. Old Boys University looking to pounce back. They've conceded 2 tries in a matter of short time and they'll be looking to get some revenge here as their forwards go through their work. There's a penalty against Petone. And referee Magna's going into his pocket. And he's found a deliberate infringement and therefore we'll just try and figure out who the player that's been sent to the sin bin, folks. I'm not too sure who it is. Oh, well, we've got it now. It's Tupu Sopawanga. Guilty of infringement there at the breakdown. So, Petone, a man down for 10 minutes. Sopawanga in the bin. And Old Boys University have a line out. 5 metres out from Petone's try line on the far touch line. This is where they scored their first try in the second half. From a line out drive here. And they'll be looking for a very similar option. They've really used Caleb Delaney a lot in the line out in the second half. They used Tame Plumtree a lot, and they give it back to Delaney again. as they go through their work. The driving ball, 2 metres out. Petone hanging on. Delaney at the back. He's really growing in prominence in the second half as Caleb Delaney. See why he's part of the Wellington Under-19 program. Old Boys University at the back as they reach over. Have they scored? Referee Magnan reaching down. He's got a good sense of low centre of gravity. But he's called time off here as he goes to consult with his assistant referee, Ethan Loveridge. Right, the ball has been held up, so it'll be a scrum for Old Boys University. 5 metres out from the try line on the 15-metre mark of the far touch line. Just a bit of a tension here for an Old Boys University player. We'll use this opportunity to go for some score updates from around the grounds. Northern United 79, Parramatta Plymoughton 5. 24-18, Hutt Old Boys Marist over Upper Hutt Rams. 22-8, Wainui Mata over Johnsonville. Marist St Pat's have put 50 on Paniki, 50 points to 18. Orange Orongatai 49, Avalon 0. And Tawa 31, Wellington 0. There's Caleb Delaney getting a bit of attention too as referee Baton gets play back underway. Petone, of course, a man down. Tupu Sokawanga sent to the sin bin for an infringement at the breakdown. Scrums have been a willing contest. Some really experienced front row players on both sides on display here today at Jerry Collins Stadium. 23 points to 22. Petone over OBU. OBU scrum. It's strong. It's very strong. Hurley at the back controlling it, but the ball's come loose and it appears to be that Petone have managed to disrupt it. They have. But referee Magnet is blowing it up. And so Old Boys University will have another scrum. 5 metres out from Petone's try line. It's from touch side. Been a real solid contest on display here today. Petone in the first half are really exploiting OBU's weakness in their wings and kicking over the top and through the gaps. But in the second half, Old Boys University have really stepped up in their forward play. But Petone just as equally with some key substitutions, and particularly their second try going down the grandstand touchline and giving it off to Logan Henry to score a second try for Petone in the second half. Of course, the first one, well, that was just outstanding by Willie Fine. A fantastic drive, getting around three players and offloading it to Tom Carter, who went in to score his 7th try. So you can justifiably see why these two teams are top of the table and why it's important for both teams to get the win today. Matt Fowler, the reserve halfback, feeds the ball. It's a strong Petone scrum. They twist it around, and it's a penalty against Old Boys University. It's a strong scrum by Petone. And do they let Old Boys University know about it? The backline players run in and start the celebrations. That was an impressive defensive scrum by Petone. And all pressure. And a relieving penalty. 26 minutes gone in this fixture, but Pity Peroni taps it quickly as Willie Fine tries to exploit them being off guard at Old Boys University. And he manages to get the ball off to Pity Peroni, offloads it. Jaden Tupuola with the ball. He's been wrapped up by the defenders. Jack Ross trying to get round to see Foai. Foai around the ankles, brings him to ground. Henry with the ball, out to Herstich. Herstich manages to brush off the tackle of Paddy Carter. Khan Green out to Carter. Carter has Gooch in support. He offloads it to Gooch. Gooch advances over halfway. 5 metres inside Old Boys University half. Tafui with the ball. Henry gives out to Peroni. Peroni met in a good tackle by Paddy Carter. You could hear that impact right from the top of the stands. And Old Boys University being penalised again, this time for offside. Penalty is centre field, 5 metres inside their own half. This is in Logan Henry territory. What is the decision here for Petone? Will they go for the points or will they go for the line out? One would say they would probably attempt at the points, but no. They go against the commentator's advice and they go for the scrum option. Centre field, 5 metres inside. All Boys University's half, of course, they'll be backing that scrum because only about 2 minutes ago they managed to turn a defensive scrum around and get Old Boys University were penalised as Logan Henry appears his day may be over. Oh no, he's still on the field as reserve halfback Cam Ferreira remains on the field. Which player's actually been substituted because Henry's on the wing. Sopawanga's time on the sin bin will be over soon. Strong scrum by OBU. They twist it around. And they've won the turnover. That's a fantastic scrum by the Billy Goats. Getting some revenge on Petone from their previous action. And so they dish out the medicine. And it'll be a scrum to Old Boys University. Centre field, 5 metres inside their own half. More substitutions happening as Keenan Gillison's day is done. And in his place has come on Matt Sleef in the 16 jersey. Matt Sleef formerly played for Huddle Boys Marist. He debuted for them in 2014. He played 37 games and scored 40 points. And then he moved out to the Billy Goats in 2018. And he's playing his 24th game for the Billy Goats today. 25 points, 5 tries. Matt Fowler with the ball. A free kick against Petone for unstable scrum. Langton with off the back. Slips but manages to regain his feet. And he manages to rumble up and advance OBU 12 metres. Ball comes out to the back line. Fawai gives it out to Carter. It appeared to be a forward pass. The Petone supporters aren't happy. But Paddy Carter has thrown a forward pass to Sam Reed. And there will be a Petone scrum. 7 metres inside their own half on the far touchline. 10 metres in. 9 minutes to go. The score is 23 points to 22. Petone over OBU. You can feel the tension here, folks. Both teams have been giving it all. And it really has been a fantastic spectacle of top-class rugby. Well, we do have a confirmed result from you, as some games did start early. And we've got a massive upset here, folks. Upper Hutt Rams have beaten Huddle Boys Marist 25-24. Now that is an upset. Well done to the Upper Hutt Rams and Eli Hunt's 100th game as play gets back underway. Willie Fine gets the ball, appeal for a high tackle. At this time, Old Boys University are penalised for offside at the breakdown. Been guilty of giving away penalties. They're just starting to get rattled here, the Billy Goats. Willie Fine in the second half. He's been a real menace for OBU. And yet again there, he's set up an excellent opportunity for Petone. 8 minutes to go in this round 10 top of the table clash of the Swindale Shield. Peroni strikes the ball. And it will be a line out for Petone. 15 metres away from Old Boys University's 22 on the far touchline. There's more substitutions are happening for both sides, as well as Tupu Sopawanga returns to the field. They'll be quite happy there, Old Boys University, that Petone I mean, for not conceding any points during that 10-minute Simbin sentence for Sopawanga. Play gets back underway. Unfortunately this time, Gooch has knocked the ball on. but there was already an infringement at the line out. And so therefore it will be an Old Boys University scrum on the 15 metre mark at the far touchline. 10 metres away from their own 22. Pressure time is on. 23 points to 22. Petone over OBU. 7 minutes to go at Jerry Collins Stadium. Some other final scores here too. Northern United 92, Parramatta Plympton 5 is the final score there at Toa Domain. Wainuiomata 22, Johnsonville 8. That game's still in progress, along with Mara St. Pat's and Paniki, 50 points to 18. 56-0, Oriental Rongotai over Avalon. And Tawa 41 over Wellington 0. But the big upset of the round so far has been Upper Hutt Rams beating Hutt Old Boys Marist 25-24. Not many people would have saw that coming. Old Boys University with a penalty from that scrum. And so they have a line out on Petone's 10 metre mark on the far touchline. Matt Sleef to throw the ball in. Ball is loose and Petone get the ball back as Carter picks up the pieces and he runs forward, but he's been met by the defence of OBU. Apanero brought down. Ball out to Fine. Fine gives it out to Peroni. Peroni, he's grown into the second half too as he kicks it in field. Callum Harkin. He's a hard man to bring down as Henry and Fine bring him down. Fowler reaching into the breakdown. Time 6.5 minutes to go. Hurley brought down on the tackle by Apanero. Fawai out to Tame Plumtree. Plumtree tries to offload it, but Fawai's back there. But he's throwing a forward pass to Reed, and Reed throws the ball away in anger. So it's not all happening for the Billy Goats at the moment. As Petone have a scrum, centre field. Metre out from Old Boys University's 10 metre mark. Some uncharacteristic errors coming into the Billy Goats game. So time off has been called here as Hurstich and Fine stretching out some cramp. This is coverage is brought to you by the Etu Whānau Footy Show on Te Puko Otaika, 11:61 AM. Also being live streamed on Huddy Sports and the Sideline app and shared with the Petone and Old Boys University rugby community. It's fantastic to have you listening in and watching as well for this important round 10 clash. 1v2 Petone against Old Boys University, and at the moment 5 minutes to go. Petone in the lead by 1 point, 23 points to 22. The score has been close throughout the whole game. Old Boys University started the scoring early in the second half with a Keenan Gillison try from a line-out maul, but Petone struck back through Tom Carter and Logan Henry. Tom Carter's try set up by the magic of Willie Fine. Managed to brush off 3 players and run down the touchline, pass off the ball to Tom Carter, who went in to score behind the posts. Play back underway. Ferreira of the ball. Sopawanga off the back. Tries to push off one, but he's been brought down as Petone been driven back 2 metres. Ferreira out to Manania. Centre field. Ferreira out to Tafui. OBU defence is holding up. Pass out to Apanero. Good tackle there by Josh Skimlett in the 18 jersey. Petone driven back to halfway. This is excellent defence by the Billy Goats. Really putting the pressure on with only a limited amount of time left on the clock. Ferreira, he's been wrapped up by Morgan Poy and he's rested him back like a rag doll. Right back to their own 22. And a penalty is being awarded against Petone. Referee Magnan telling a player to watch his behaviour. Penalty must again against Cam Ferreira for being driven back, and Old Boys University signal to the referee that they're going to have a shot at goal. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. And Callum Harkin in the pressure cooker with the penalty attempt. This to put the Billy Goats in front. 23 points to 22. Petone in the lead. Thank you to all the listeners and watchers today. This has been a thrilling game. Harkin strikes. Straight down the middle. And OBU celebrate. Matt Sleeve jumped up in the air like it just won the Jubilee Cup, but we're not there yet, folks. Score now is 25 points to 23. 2 minutes to go. This game's not over yet. OBU in the lead, but can they hang on? They cannot give away any points, because Logan Henry is still on the field. He's playing on the wing now. Petone, as per usual, the short kickoff. Delaney picks it up as he runs down. He brushes off Fine. He brushes off Petone. He offloads it to Hurley. Hurley on the touchline. And the other 22. He offloads it. They're 5 metres away from the try line, Old Boys University. Petone under real pressure. They rumble over the touchline. Have they scored? Referee consults with his assistant referee. Old Boys University think they've scored. This will be for the win. Referees in deep discussion. Referee Magnan. What's the try? Old Boys University will take home the spoils here, folks. 30 points to 23. Only 2 minutes to go. It was all Petone in control. But a Harkin penalty and an important try by Old Boys University have given them the win with the conversion to come. Scoreboard clock is up. Petone will feel gutted. Absolutely gutted. They fought so hard in this game. Their defence has been outstanding. But you never write off a team like Old Boys University. Callum Harkin. Conversion attempt. Right on the far touchline. 5 metres out from the 22. 30 points to 23. Crowd goes quiet. Tony March. Harkin strikes. But the conversion is unsuccessful. And full time has been blown by referee Magnan. And Old Boys University have won. 30 points to 23 over Petone in a thriller of a game. Petone will be disappointed. They fought so hard and almost took the spoils. But Old Boys University strike back late in the game to win this round 10 clash. And Old Boys University replaced Petone at the top of the table. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing you this commentary today at Jerry Collins Stadium on Te Puka o Te Ika, on Huddy Sports and also the Sideline app. Been a fantastic afternoon of rugby. And I'm Brad Hudson. Thank you very much for listening. Ciao for now.